Everybody, welcome back, and let's simply get started from here on. Having said that, the title of this video is wrong actually, so let me make that right, and then we'll just simply go ahead. Having said that, I don't know, for some reason I'm not getting the right result on the emulator that I have, the simulator that I have, not the emulator. So let's click on this live, simply change the title, or it's not even needed, but okay, let's do that. Coming back to this one, let's click here again. $125, that is fine. And this particular thing, it's mainly gonna be React Native, so React Native, I think this is the only thing that I can just simply focus on. And let's simply save it here. Coming back to this one, alrighty, overall things are right. And let's see, the question is still the same. Why am I not able to see the result of the styling here? Style sheet, React Native, create, I'm directly getting it from there. So if I'm already getting everything on pressed, I'm going to have this particular style, and then this. So if I just simply press them as well, there is no style at all. It does get removed, that's okay. So ultimately, logic wise it works fine, but designing wise I am not getting any design at all here. So if I just simply get rid of this, if I just simply say that the goal item, right? So goal item, pressed item. So let me do one thing, let me get rid of this style too. So ultimately I'm not gonna be having this style over here, rather I'm gonna be having goal item. So styles dot goal item here, and this should be actually styles. In that case, if I just try to add the goal, this does not work. Don't know, for some reason it doesn't work at all. In that case, I can just simply come back to this one. I think I know the reason. The flat list itself needs to be inside a view. And if I just simply add a new one, okay, it is still the same. And this view should contain some style and all. Let me even check, get it from the previous project, exactly whatever styling I had there. So in view, it does not really have any style. And coming back to this one, isn't it the same? Let me copy the whole thing from here, or whole thing in the sense everything from here. Or will this be fine if I copy? I'm just simply binding that white styles goal. This should be fine, but okay, let's not do that. I'm just simply getting styles.create. It should be working here. I don't know, for some reason the things don't seem to be working as expected. Coming back to this one, it has the style as well, style of the goal container. So the goal container has this much, so let's even copy this. And wow, logic wise I built the app, but designing wise I'm facing the issue. Amazing job. Coming back to this one, goal, and this is the view. I'm gonna be having this in goals container, right? So this is gonna be the one, styles. That is actually gonna be style, not styles. And styles dot goals container. So it is going to be somewhat like this. After that, goal item. Wow. Kill me. I mean, don't kill me. Don't kill me. It's like I'm crazy person, literally. I should be using style, and I've been using styles. I hope there is nobody. There is a person. Okay, don't kill me. Okay. That was just my bad. Okay, by the way, let's continue. The one extra letter that I added in, because of that thing I wasn't getting the right result. By the way, let's get it right now. So this is styles container. If I actually remove it from here, this should still be fine. So let's simply remove it and see what happens. So yeah, it is fine, but I'm gonna be having it inside a div. Sorry, not div. Div doesn't work here on in the app development here. So I'm gonna be having it like this, and just from the top, it has flex 5 gap this. Let's simply remove these things. I will not have anything at all. This is how I'm gonna be going with the things. Let's make that blue. So making that blue in the sense, coming back to this particular thing, style goal item, and color is actually gonna be blue. So let's keep it blue right now. And this is how it looks like. Color is actually gonna be white. The color is not white yet. That is interesting. Text color. Then what can I do? Text color. Well, nope, this doesn't work. So this should be fine. How can I change the color? So hashtag FFF. Not able to change the color. The text that I have. Okay, this design doesn't get passed. So I can say cascading doesn't work in this app development. So you have to keep in mind goal text, and goal text is gonna be color, and that's gonna be actually white. You will have to specifically provide it here, and this goal text is here, and this should not be style, rather this should be it should not be styles, rather it should just be styles, and goal text, this should be fine. Right now the color is white. Great job. And as for this one, padding horizontal, the whole container is getting that right. So the container should not be getting that. In that case, these two things fine, but this is not fine. So I'm gonna be going ahead like this, and I think this is actually fine. Let's have them. Horizontal is gonna be around 5, vertical is gonna be around 3 or something. Let's make it 4. How can I how about the size? Font size, that's actually gonna be around 10. That's gonna be 16. Okay, this is fine. Or I can even make it 20 so that it looks a bit good. 20 looks this much. Oh, that is 29, 20. So this much is done. And apart from there, this particular thing, the whole top container should actually be a flex. So that is already flex by default. And flex column, I can just simply give it gap. Gap is gonna be around 5, and this should be 5 is actually too much, but let's see how it's gonna be looking like. Let's make it 4, and this app will have some padding, and padding is gonna be padding top, and that's gonna be around 10. Let's see. So this is how it's gonna be looking like, and at least now I'm getting better at design and all. And once this much is done, that's it. If I click on this, nothing happens. So how about the pressable thing? Doesn't that work? Coming back to this one, pressable, whenever I click on this, press the item, the color should actually become whenever it is pressed though. So I'm gonna be getting this press. So press styles dot press the item, style pressable. So whenever it is actually pressed though, at that time the style should change, but that doesn't happen. Add a new to do, add, press it. Okay, it doesn't work that way. In that case, the text that I actually have, let's give it some default design, default style. If I actually get rid of this, then what will happen? Okay, it should not have any, by the way, that should be changing, but that is actually not changing. So I will be figuring out the reason behind that. But before even that, the padding that I gave to this one, it should actually be given to the text that I have. Let's add the padding somewhere here, and this is great. Apart from this particular thing, border radius, that's actually going to be around 10. Well, that will actually not be visible, so that's obviously So let's get rid of this. I'm gonna be adding this pressed item, not even here, maybe somewhere at the top. Border radius, and that's gonna be 5. Will I have to copy paste? Tring, tring, and tring. Turns out yes, you will have to copy paste. How about if I make it 10? It will not have any effect until unless you copy paste everywhere. So 10. Okay, it has effect here. So let's get rid of this. If I actually remove it from here, then what will happen? Yeah, obviously I have to give both of them the border radius. So this is how it's actually gonna be going on. If I click on this, nothing happens, and pressable doesn't work. So I will be looking for some properties online. Come back here. So whenever, oh, it should be on press, and whenever it is pressed, whenever it is pressed, then I get this thing. So hopefully it's gonna be like that, bro. On press set time pressed, and then a function that has pressed value, and then it will give it this style. Interesting. So I'm directly getting it this style. So if I'm directly giving it this style, in that case a function from here I will get the value pressed, and if pressed is actually true, in that case I'm gonna be adding this style. Add goal. Oh bhai. It doesn't work. Okay, let's have a look at the previous code. It was somewhat like this only. So press the item. If I copy the whole thing, it is the new one. The previous one was like this. So the pressed item, I am gonna be back here. Pressable style, this was the style that I had. Control C. If I come back here, paste everything, it is still gonna be the same, because I know I didn't make any mistake and all. That means nothing is gonna change, only one thing. Android ripple effect. If I add this, that's gonna be Android ripple effect. So color white, right? So if I just simply add the color here, that's actually gonna be white. Then what happens? First of all, let's see how it's gonna be going on. Okay, not this one, rather this one. Simply check the result, add the goal. Well, it doesn't work. Congratulations. What else can I do? The last thing that I can actually do here, the pressable doesn't seem to be working. Interesting job. So this press is gonna be, first of all, on delete is gonna be here. Let's simply even go with this. So this is the last thing that I can actually do here. Otherwise, I'm definitely missing something, and I merely want to know what kind of issue I have. On delete, bind, this handle delete I'm getting over here. So let's simply have it here. Handle delete, bind this. That simply means I can get rid of this. So let's check this thing out right now. Coming back to this one, adding the new goal, okay, getting an error, and that is handle delete. Whenever I'm binding, there is no item. So in that case, I'm getting the item. Goal, GOAL, goal.id. This should be fine. Coming back to this one, add the goal. Whoa, one thing I missed, that is on press. If you don't have this particular property on press, then doesn't matter how many styles you add here, nothing's gonna be working. So that was the main issue with this, and as soon as I added this over here on press, it started working. But in case, few steps back, okay, it was like this earlier. If I just simply add the property on press, that's it, and nothing else, a function that does actually nothing, then what will happen? Nothing happens. So I'll actually have to have a property. I'll have to have a proper function that does something. That simply means I can cut it from here, and I can just simply paste it over here, and then it's gonna be working fine. And I can just simply remove it from here, and let's see whether it works or not. So add the to do, Yeah, it is working now. That's what I wanted. And what I actually want, that opacity, I'm gonna be making it uh, opacity, that's gonna be 5 or 50%, don't know. Let's make it 50. Bring, add goal, change ho ja bhai. How do we add opacity here? Interesting job. Opacity 0.5. Sorry, 0.5. This is how it's gonna be going on. Opacity, yeah, opacity is changing, and then done. So this much we've done, quite great job. The next thing is that if I click on this, the model appears, but there is no styling in the model, then that's not good. So what should we be doing? We should be going to the model. So goal, app, goal, and goal input. This is the model. Inside this I have this particular model. It doesn't have any style at all. So what can I do? I have this view over here. It should be somewhere here. Const is styles is gonna be equals to is style sheet. Wow, a style sheet should be imported from React Native dot create, just like this. And first of all, view already has a display flex, so I can say display flex. I'm gonna be giving it background color to check. First of all, model container, just like this. I hope I can give the style to the model. I'm not sure about this thing, but okay, I will be checking it. Background color, that's actually gonna be red, as simple as that, doesn't really matter. Model container gonna be back here. Let's give it the style. So style is gonna be styles, so dot model container, and it doesn't look good. So let's do one thing. Flex is gonna be 1, so that it has the full height. And after that, because that is column, so flex direction is actually already column, so flex 1 just takes the whole width height. So this is how it just simply goes. And apart from this, the color, sorry, let's make it what, hashtag FFFFF, one more F, and let's keep it grayish. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead with this. And I'm gonna be having the input boxes and everything else in the middle, so keeping them in the middle in the sense, even I will have an image here. So having the image in the sense, first of all, let's try to give the styling to the model and see whether it actually accepts or not. Turns out it doesn't accept. Okay, got it. Coming back to this one, what is the next thing that I can do? This is the view that I have, and it already has the flex. Then I can say items are gonna be in the item center. I want it justify center, justify content, and that's actually gonna be center. Yeah, they are in the middle. After that, what can I do? Item center, I'm gonna be keeping them as well. So items, align items center. This is gonna be like this. Are you sure about this thing? Let's remove it. This is more than enough. And input goal input bg color is actually gonna be white, and this is the input that I have. I think input doesn't take the style again. There are so many bad things. Call it bad, call it good, doesn't really matter. Maybe it could be bad because I don't know that yet, but there are so many elements they don't really accept styling. So this is crazy thing. So styles dot goal input, I hope it accepts that. Okay, it does accept that. Amazing job. By the way, this view should have some padding. So model container padding horizontal, it's actually gonna be having around 5 not 10. So this is how it's gonna be going on. And as for this goal input, I'm gonna be giving it some border radius, that's gonna be around 10 again. Hopefully it's gonna be good. So this is how it's gonna be going on. As for this, I'm gonna be padding left, padding left, padding left. This one is actually gonna be around 5 15. Yeah, it works. 10. Okay, font size is actually gonna be around 20. Interesting job. And just what can I can make a display flex. So these are the buttons that I have. Styles, not styles, this is the mistake that I made initially. So styles dot btn container, just like this. So I'm gonna be having this button container here. So btn container, it's easy, yeah. I mean, it's not that difficult to write. Flex direction, that's actually gonna be row. Gap is actually gonna be 5. This is how it's gonna be looking like. And what items sent, अरे भाई, justify content, that's actually gonna be center. So this is how it's gonna be going on. As for this goal input, this container, it has flex, gap, horizontal, gap, row gap, column gap, row gap, column gap, row gap, column gap, cling 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 cling. It should be row gap or it should be column gap. This is the first row, this is the second row, there should be gap in the rows. Row gap 5. I guessed it right. Let's make it 10. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. As for this gap, I'm gonna be making it 10 2. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. And as for this button, so btn proper styling. By the way, let me give them a style as well. The buttons that don't directly take the style, that is why I need to style the view, so that buttons, they have the stylings. Btn and button px padding horizontal, that's actually gonna be around 5. Padding vertical, that's actually padding vertical is gonna be 3. Okay, this is background color red. So this is how it looks like, right? So what can I actually do? So what do I need to do? That is this btn button, they already have this color, button style blue color. How do they have blue color? They have blue color by default. So buttons have the color blue by default. Interesting job. So in that case, color is gonna be nothing. Nope, that doesn't work. Color is gonna be white. It doesn't seem to be working. Okay, button style, I have this over here. How can I do? I mean, button, they do have the color property, and if I make them red, I think I'll have to reload the page. And yeah, they do work in that way, but the thing is that I want them to have some different color in the sense, probably I want them to have the blue color only. So gonna be going with this blue, and I'm gonna be giving them blue color here as well. And blue looks bad, or really bad. Hashtag FFF, and this is going to be the color for them. This is bad color, so let's make it lighter blue. This is gonna be the color, a better one. Okay, control C, control V, and control V. This should be fine. Any problem as such? No problem as such, but I'm not getting the response. Okay, never mind. Apart from this particular thing, this is the button, right? Border radius, that's actually gonna be around 10. Let's see how it's gonna be going on. So okay, I just need to reload the page, because it is still having the same color, red, and remaining things. Button cannot take the style directly, but the view can take the style, and just simply designing the view. Reload it. Okay, so this much is fine. Click on add goal, and okay. This button is crazy. I will be learning new ways to just design it better, but this button, border radius, can I give it border radius directly? None. Don't know whether it is even possible to give it a border radius like this, but okay, this is fine. I can just simply enter my goal. I can click on add goal, and now goal is added. And if I'm designing is crazy, but okay, the designing is not the part, the functionality is the part, but ultimately it works too. And the another thing is that I'm gonna be having an image tag just here at the top. So coming back to this one, having an image, again this will be imported from React Native. Bro, image should be imported from React Native, and this is gonna be like this. It's gonna be taking source, and the source I will have to require it. So I'm gonna be required it like this, that dash slash assets slash what is the name of the png. assets के अंदर भाई क्या है, assets के अंदर मेरे icon png. So icon dot png, let's see. Oh, it turns out to be taking the whole width. Interesting. Can I give it a style directly over here? And I'm just simply gonna say that, bro, your width is actually gonna be around 100, height is gonna be around 100, so just be in your limits. Okay, it takes the whole. So in that case, favicon png looks like this, this looks like this. This should be fine, by the way, but this does not seem to be fine. In that case, this is somewhere there, right? So I'm gonna be keeping it inside, first of all, view container itself. So this is how it's gonna be going on, and just after that I'm gonna be saying that margin horizontal is actually gonna be R2 if that exists. So let's click on this. Now it is in the middle. This is the icon, really bad, but we got this right here. We got it to be re-rendered here, so nothing could be better. I can even cancel this. So this is how the whole things work. Ultimately the main focus was on the learning part. I have just started learning React Native, but it's not gonna be difficult for me because I already know React, or at least I hope so. Then let's see how hard it's gonna be going on. Okay, so mainly designing was the issue. I was scared of actually initially, to be honest. Like designing was okay, but I never built any React Native project, so it was kind of a bit hard and feeling anxious regarding this thing. Right now at least I have gone everything, so it's not gonna be like that this day forward. I mean from this day on, and that's it, nothing else. So this works great. Let's simply stop everything. Let's simply stop this Android Studio as well. So once everything is stopped, right now it's actually time to work on the another thing. But let me even change the title. The title is gonna be what? Title is React Native, and the another is and ASG, or auto scaling groups. And it's gonna be easy peasy, like easy peasy in the sense I know where I was facing the issue, so I'm gonna be just simply resolving that, and that's it. So coming back to this one over here, let's simply start working on this. So I'm gonna be creating the auto scaling groups, but before that I need an instance. So this VS Code, let's simply launch an instance from here, and that's gonna be host name app. It's gonna be quite quick. Hopefully I will not face the issues and all. And once this is done, bun node. If I actually use bun as an interpreter, then only bun's option should be there. Otherwise I will be adding both of them. Okay, let's go ahead. Hopefully it's gonna be working fine, but I'm going to do it a bit different. Okay, let's go ahead and do it the way everyone expects it to be done. Too small, first of all, because this is gonna be my first time, so I hope that it's gonna be working. Not the first time, but today it's gonna be the first time. And in this one, allow SSH traffic, that is fine. HTTPS they are not gonna be allowed, that's okay. Selecting group, fine. So overall this is how instance is gonna be ready. I don't need to create a, I don't need to use any existing group. Login is here, key, and t3.small ubuntu. Hopefully it's gonna be fine. So this thing is gonna be done now, and apart from this particular thing, I'm gonna be just simply going into SSH into the machine. So let's simply copy it, open the terminal, ls cd downloads. I have my key here. Wow, so many things, but the key is this one, Vipendra AWS key PM. Okay, so ssh sudo ssh, input is gonna be Vipendra, and ubuntu @ this, enter the password, ts. Okay, now right now I'm inside the machine, sudo apt update. Let's simply update this. And the next thing is that I have to install what, node.js. So node.js install on ubuntu. Either I can go with this or I can go with this, and there is a proper guide for this. So I can just simply first of all copy this, come back to this one, install. This is going to be installed. After that I have to just simply source into bash shrc. So let's see if we can do that. nvm list, I'm gonna be getting the list, nvm remote list. Oh, that doesn't work. What was the command? The command was list remote, sorry. nvm list remote. It simply gives me the list of all the versions of node. I can just simply install this if I want, or I can just simply say that nvm install lts is gonna be installing the kind of the latest one. So this is how it's gonna be done. And apart from this particular thing, I don't really need to worry about anything else. Let's continue. And after that I'm gonna be installing bun over here. So npm version, do I have npm? I do have npm install globally bun. So I'm gonna be installing bun over here, and I will be installing pm2. Apart from this particular thing, I need a github url that is going to be used for just simply getting the code and all. Or I can even cancel this, and I can just simply click on this, copy link log, copy link to original. What does this mean? It simply means this one. Okay, fine. Coming back to this, it has installed. Let me upgrade npm as well with the latest update. And once this is done, ls npm install globally pm2. This is also going to be installed. Once these things are installed, then I will continue like to the next step. How long will it take? npm install globally pm2 should be fine. Why is it taking? Okay, fine, done. ls present working directory. Okay, and git. I already have the project to just simply deploy over here. This is how it's gonna be going on. ls cd asg, अरे भाई cd asg ls npm, not this time, not npm, I'm gonna be using bun. So bun install will be installing everything, all the packages. Bun and bin.ts is gonna be starting them, and I cannot really check it. That's okay, because let me allow it. I'm gonna be checking it. So I have to just simply change the security groups in bound settings. So coming back to this one, in bound settings, I'm gonna allow the port 3000 over here. So edit in bound, add a rule. This is gonna be custom TCP. This is gonna be 3000. It's gonna be from anywhere. Let's simply save the changes. That simply means if I come back here, I copy this, and if I go here and add 3000, then I should be getting the result. I'm getting this result, hello world. That simply means our application is running over there. Not only that, I can get the host name. So host gonna be returning this, and there is the CPU. It actually returns hello world after some time. So yeah, it is working fine. And once this is working fine, apart from this particular thing, what else can we do? The next thing, what is this? Let's simply close this, not needed. Gonna be back here. Let's simply stop it. As it is stopped, then of course, even if I try to get the result, control shift T, control shift T, if I reload it, this time I'm not gonna be getting the result because server is not running. Let's restart the server using pm2. So coming back to this, ls pm2 status, of course it is not running. And what do I have to do? pm2 logs, it has just simply been initialized, but nothing is running. So pm2, I'm gonna be starting. The interpreter is actually gonna be bun. So interpreter, because if I don't use interpreter, if I just simply say that pm2 start and bin.ts, so it starts that pm2 logs. I'm getting the logs as well. So pm2 starts simply uses which interpreter? Maybe bun.ts. I just directly ran bin.ts. Let's see whether I'm getting the result or not. So coming back to this one, if I reload it, yeah, I get the result, but I'm let's simply stop it. So pm2 pm2 list pm2 stop 0, and I'm just simply gonna say, bro, I'm gonna be specifying the interpreter as well. You don't have to use node interpreter, rather pm2 start interpreter is actually gonna be 1, and I'm gonna be running bin.ts. This is how it's gonna be going on, and as it is it is working right now, so I can be back here. Okay, sorry, clicked on it by mistake. I can actually come here. If I reload the page, I should be getting the same response. Yeah, it does work. So that's okay. Let's do one thing, and I am gonna be needing few things over here. First of all, which node, this is the path of the node. Which one, this is the path of the one. Which pm2, this is the path of the pm2. So ultimately everything, whatever I installed using npm, all those things are inside this. Okay, so just keep that particular thing in mind. Yeah, this is fine. So everything is inside this particular path. I have node inside this path, I have one inside this path, I have pm2 inside this path, so this should not be problematic. So let's simply copy this path, because this is going to be needed at the end of the day. So control shift C, and why it's gonna be needed, I'm gonna be telling you. But before even that, coming back to this, thing is working fine. And the launch instances, we have launched our instance. If I click on the instance, there's one instance that is running right now, and yeah, we are getting the response from there as well. The next thing is that using this instance, I'm gonna be creating the image AMI. So name is gonna be host name app image, local description none, reboot, everything is fine. Let's simply create the image. So once the image is created, so we have our instance, we have now AMI Amazon machine image, and once we have this, I'm gonna be creating the launch template. Things are gonna be quite quick, so that it doesn't take a lot of time. Host name app launch template, and host name app launch launch template. This one is done. AMI I'm gonna be selecting from here. That's gonna be this one created by me. And as for keep here, that's gonna be a Vipendra AWS key. I created it already. You can just click on create new and create it. Network settings. Inside this, I'm gonna be going with the create a security group. I will be creating my own security group. This is gonna be host name app security group, just like this. Allow this is security group name. Cut it from here, paste it here. Host name app security group. I'm gonna be adding some rules, and the rule is gonna be pretty simple. I'm gonna allow SSH. I should be able to SSH into the machine. This is gonna be from anywhere. And the second thing is that I'm gonna allow the access on port number 3000 on that particular machine. That's it. This is the only thing that I'm gonna be doing. It should be again from anywhere. So these two functionalities I want. I should be SSH into the machine, like using the port 22 is going to be required there, and I should be able to just send the request at port 3000, and I should be able to get the result. So that's what I'm doing. And apart from this particular thing, I'm gonna be adding the I'm gonna be adding some commands that should be running once the instance actually gets created. So first of all, shebang. This is actually called shebang. That shebang, right? Hashtag this in name. What is this called? Yeah, so this is called shebang. So the sign, both the combination of this actually called a shebang and shebang. Kind good name, but okay, let's go ahead. So I'm just gonna be using this shebang, and this shebang, let me zoom it a bit here. So gonna be using this shebang. This makes sure that it's gonna bin and bash is going to be used. So bash terminal is going to be used. After that, once I'm inside that, what do I have to do? I have to cd into what? Let's know the current directory's name. So ls cd asg present working directory. This is the present working directory, and this is where I have to go. once the everything gets done. So okay, sorry, clicked on this by mistake. Coming back to this one, I'm gonna be going here, and here I'm gonna be exporting the path because I mean, if the terminal, whenever the terminal spins up, at the time the terminal runs the code of bash rc, but here I'm just simply gonna be creating the instance. That simply means the terminal is not gonna be kind of spinning up. So I need to make sure that node or bun or pm2, whatever uh, packages that I have, they should be available to be used. So I'm gonna be exporting the path. So export. I'm gonna be exporting path from here. And first of all, I want to add all the paths that are already there. So this dollar path simply gets all the path. If you actually want to have a look over here, so if I just simply say echo dollar path, so it's gonna be returning all the paths that are here. So it's like I'm adding all the previous ones. And array yaar, why am I in the habit of clicking on this VS Code? So this adds the previous ones, and after that I'm gonna be adding the new one. New one in the sense the path where I have everything. And what? Are you kidding me? Which node? So this is the path for that. So I'm gonna be just simply copying this much. Over here I have everything. So if you write which node, this is here. Which pm2, this is also here. Which bun, this is also here. And if there are different places, then you will have to just enter their paths separately. So but ultimately you will have to get this thing done. By the way, this is done, so let's simply add it here. Once it is added, I'm gonna be just simply starting pm2 start, and interpreter is actually gonna be bun, and I will be starting bin.ts. That's it. So shebang bin slash bin slash bash, simply make sure bash is used. I'm gonna be going in this particular folder, and after that I'm gonna be making sure that whatever is inside this particular path, all those like bun is there, node is there, pm2 is there, that is actually accessible, then only I can use this bun over here directly. So because I'm exporting the path, I'm able to use bun here directly. That's great. And that's it. This should be fine. Port 3000 custom. And the last time I was making the mistake over here. I wasn't adding this port 3000, and because of that thing I was unable to access that. So that was the main issue. I was unable to send the request to 3000 port and get the response. So this is where I was making the mistake. And remaining things are hostname, group. Fine. Template, I'm not including the template. So sorry, the instance type is gonna be t3 small. Keep here is here, and that's okay. Let's create the launch template. So right now launch template is created. Once the launch template is actually created, after that I'm gonna be creating the security group. I will not even be talking about the flow, but first of all I created the instance. Okay, once the instance got created, I created my AMI. Once I have the AMI, using the AMI I created my launch template. Once I have the launch template, now it's time to create the auto scaling group. But before even that, I will have to create two things: load balancer and target groups. For creating the load balancer, I need the target group. So let's simply create the target groups over here, and it is going to be for instances. Group name is gonna be host name app group target group HTTP. The important thing comes here that this is gonna be HTTP request, but the result will be received on port number 3000. So let's simply keep this particular thing in mind. And the health check path is already slash. It could be slash health check as well, but in our application that is slash only. The home route is gonna be the health check. It could be even better, but I have the code like that only. So let's go on like this, and that's it. Create it. Next, I'm not gonna be adding any instance right now, because they are gonna be added automatically by the load balancer, like auto scaling group. Let's create the load balancer right now. Click on load balancer. It's gonna be mainly for application load balancer. So let's simply click on create. This is gonna be for first of all, name is gonna be host name app load balancer, just like this. It is gonna be for internal or internet facing. It should be for internet facing, because I'm gonna be tackling with the internet things and all. And after that IPv4 network mapping, I'm gonna be selecting all the subnets or availability zones. And after that security groups over here, security group, this is the load balancer. Load balancer should be getting the request on port 80, so that's okay. A security group is gonna be this only, and I'm gonna be getting the request on port number 80 on the load balancer. It will be forwarding it and forwarding it to the target group. So it's like this. When you send the request, load balancer receives the request. After that, load balancer will forward the request to the target group, and target group will have the responsibility of assigning the machine. So there are going to be many machines running, and target group will decide, okay, which machine this request should go to, and it's going to be getting the response from there, and it's going to be returning. This is how it's going to be going on. By the way, this is the target group that I have, and after that nothing else. I don't really need to worry about anything else. Fine, default security group gonna be created by default. These are the subnets that I have, and load balancer internet facing create load balancer. So ultimately load balancer is also created. It's time to create the auto scaling group, and then the things are gonna be done. So host name app ASG auto scaling group. The template is gonna be host name template that we already created. The version number 1 is actually going to be used. Let's click on next. Once I clicked on next, and then let's simply select all the availability zones, and once I've selected all the availability zones, after that let's simply click on next. I already have attached to a new load balancer, attached to an existing load balancer, and that existing load balancer is the host name target group that we created. I mean, this is the load balancer with that particular group, no VPS, and that's it. Let's click on next. The capacity is gonna be 2. That simply means I want to have desired capacity 2. I want to have 2 instances running at a time. The minimum 1, maximum can be 5, and I'm even gonna be scaling it. So if the CPU usage goes above 50, at that time I'm gonna be like spinning up a new. I want my auto scaling group to spin up a new instance, and no policy, default, everything is fine. Let's simply click on next. I'm gonna skip to review because there's nothing to add, and let's simply create. Done. Okay, let's see whether it's gonna be working fine or not. So I have to just simply wait here. So let's simply click on this instance management. 2 instances are in the service right now, but before I check them, I actually need to go to what? First of all, they are gonna be here. So these are the 2 instances that I have. But before that, I need to check their status inside target groups. Over here, the status should be visible. So I have 0. If I just simply reload it, so these are the 2 instances that I have, but the status is not here, so it's still getting initialized. So I'll have to just wait for a while, and overall things are gonna be fine. Having said that, if I just simply copy it from here and come here, try to SSH into the machine. Yes, right now I'm inside the machine. If I actually check the logs, so PM2 status, it is fine, and I'm gonna be checking the log of the user data. So how can we check that? There is a command like cat. You need to go to where, then after that you need to go to log / cloud init output .log. If you actually click here, it is just simply giving you what exactly happened once your what is that thing called instance got spinned up. So first of all, once it is spinned up, after that a few commands ran, and once they ran, ultimately at last PM2 ran, and PM2 started everything. So it is working fine even when it comes to this one. So coming back to this details section here, so 2 of them are healthy. So 2 instances are running, and both of them are in the healthy condition. So if I actually right now, if I try to get the result, so from here I'm gonna be copying the IP address. I'm gonna be pasting the IP address over here, and write 3000 port. I'm gonna be response from here, hello world 3000. So I'm gonna be getting it from both. I'm getting it from this one. If I just reload, if I just get the host name /host. So host name is this, and the thing is that target group has the responsibility of selecting the machine. Sometimes it will select this machine. If I reload it again, it will select after some time the different one. It doesn't select because that is the right now I'm just using specific machine's IP address. What do I have to do? I have to go to my load balancer. So coming back to this one, uh, load balancer, and from the load balancer I should be getting the universal address, I mean kind of DNS. So this is the DNS name that I have. If I just try to get the result using this DNS, let's simply send a request. The request should actually go to 3000 port if I'm not wrong, so let's simply add that as well. Hopefully it's gonna be working. Hostname load balancer. So I'm actually sending the request to the load balancer right now. The load balancer should be getting it on port 80, and once it gets it on port 80, should be working. Yeah, why is this not working? Everything is fine. Even they are spinned up, so they are working fine. I've even checked them separately. Once they are actually checked, I can just simply click on this load balancer, and this is the DNS that I'm getting. And once I have this particular DNS, is this allowed? Load balancer forward to target group, so it is forwarding to target group. So 2 are healthy, that means yeah, it is able to do that. Hostname. The question is, if I actually paste it here, why am I not getting any result? Load balancer, that is something that I'm yet to check, but overall things should be working fine as both of them are running. So maybe I'm not getting the right DNS, or maybe I'm making the request the wrong way. 3000, but this is the load balancer. The request should automatically go to port number 80, so this is right actually. There is a this is looking great. I have this load balancer, hosted name. The load balancer request gets the HTTP request at port number 80. So this is the port protocol. By default, it just simply forwards this to the target group, and this is what actually happens. Target groups are mainly responsible for forwarding them. So HTTP port 3000 instance, HTTP 1, even it is health check is fine, apps are running well, PM2 is getting, everything is like working inside them. So there's only one problem, and that is this is not giving me the result. So I think I'll have to just watch a video on this as well, exactly why this is not working. Remaining things are fine. I'm not even sure whether I need to use this URL or not. So this is something I'm gonna be checking, and maybe tomorrow. What time is it? It's 9:29. After that I'm gonna be learning something else. So whenever I'm learning, at that time I don't go live, and when I actually start working on the projects or just restart working on something or the other, mainly at that time I just it's better to just simply go live, because there I get the chance of speaking. But because if I'm learning up, of course I cannot speak, and that is why you may see that sometimes I'm not live, sometimes I'm live. If I'm not live, that simply means I'm learning, and when I'm actually live, at that time I'm just simply working on the things and all. By the way, this is the only thing, last thing that is remaining. So few things are remaining right now. First of all, this one, like how can I actually get the result? And apart from this particular thing, the another one is that installing bun on another path. So right now the bun got installed on the same path, so my PM2 node and bun, all of these things were on the same path, because I installed them using npm. Right now if I install bun using curl, at that time bun is going to be installed somewhere else. At that time I will have to add the path of the bun as well. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead, and that is something I'll be just going with tomorrow. So I will be getting that done tomorrow for sure. But before even that, don't know for what reason it is just simply causing the issue. So I'm gonna be doing one thing. I'm gonna be letting it be here, or inside this I'm gonna be making the desired capacity 0, so that it actually stops all the instances that are running. And later I'm gonna be creating I'm gonna be like changing the desired capacity from here, and those instances are gonna be recreated. As for the instance, the the instance, this host name instance, this one I'm gonna be removing from here, so I'm gonna be terminating. Other ones are gonna be terminated automatically. So these ones got created from the auto scaling group side, so they will be terminated automatically because auto scaling group will have the responsibility for terminating them. So this is how things go on. I'm gonna be catching up soon. Until then, take care, see you, and bye bye. And yeah, take care, keep up the good work.